Hello everyone, this is Barry Gilbo, GPS Auto Tracker. I wanted to go over the software that we'd be installing on your computer and show you how simple it is to come up with an IFTA report that you will be doing quarterly. Alright, first thing we'll do is we'll install the fuel tax software on your computer. We would recommend that you put a folder on your desktop, quarterly IFTA data. And with that, you'll keep your fuel purchases and the report that we send you on a quarterly basis. We'll start by opening up the fuel tax software. As soon as you get that open, the first thing you want to do is go to the data wizard. Alright, we've got that open, and now the data that we're dealing with is on the third quarter, so we'll set it with the third quarter. And you'll make sure that you'll arrow that down and see yourself right there, so it'll show that your fleet or your truck is the proper one that we're dealing with. Alright, we're going to import the miles in state data, so we're going to click on that. We're going to go to, well, it would be your quarterly IFTA data folder. On mine, we're going to go let's see if it's in there. Yep, here it is. Alright, I'll pull it over. It's your IFTA report third quarter sample. And we'll pull that over where you guys can see it. And you'll notice that your there on your vehicle ID, we've got 7 trucks listed over here. It's a whole bunch of data, guys. And this shows the report dates, and it shows the miles they drove. I'm sorry for going so quick, but there's just so much data that if I sit here, okay, here we go. Vehicle ID, there's 7 trucks in this column here. The date, this is the date that the miles were collected for each truck. This is the amount of miles that was data collected, and this is the state that it was collected in. Here's your fuel purchases, so this is the column you'll put your fuel purchases in. And then what we do is we take all this data and we create a pivot table. And this pivot table actually compiles all the data, which you saw. It's rows and rows and rows of data, and it will list your 7 trucks here, right here, and it will give you all the miles. So for the truck 1773, Arkansas miles was 721, etc., for the different trucks. Then here's all the miles for the Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas. If there was 10 more states that you drove through and did miles in, you would have these states listed through here, and it would show the amount of miles in each state. And here's the grand totals for each truck, and then here's the grand total all the way across. So that's what the software recognizes. It recognizes this pivot table, and it recognizes the column E, which is your fuel purchases. So it takes that 2 amounts of data, and it will import that into the software. Okay, so we're going to import the data. We're going to the desktop, and we'll go to the quarterly IFTA data. We will pick the sheet that this is the one we send you. And okay, the system was also smart enough to know that if the state has updated any tax rates or any kind of changes before it'll continue giving you your IFTA report, it will upload any changes. I'm kind of speeding through this because we don't really Need that. All right, so what that just did was it went through each state that had an update, and it made sure that it imported all the updates before it was going to continue with the report. Okay, so that's done. And now what we'll do is we'll actually look at the IFTA report. Let's see that it took it. Okay, it's telling me that there was nothing on the fourth quarter because the information we took was in the third quarter. All right. All right, there's the report for fuel. Okay. There's the actual report. Okay, so now what you do is you would save, and then you would print to form. And when you print to form, you're going to come up with a IFTA report. That's going to look like this. And it will have your state here, and your number ID, your account number, your license name, your mailing address, etc. The fuel tax will be whatever fuel you use, probably diesel, and this shows it's the third quarter report. Traveled. This shows all the data that it pulled from those tables that we'd been collecting. Okay, here's the miles in Oklahoma, gallons, tax rates, total due in that state, and there's the grand total there. Here's the Arkansas miles, total due, and here's the Missouri miles, and I think that was all the states that these trucks ran through. So that's a total IFTA report. You'll simply print that out, sign it, and you're complete. You're 100% done. You will sign that, send it in, and you're finished. And that concludes what I have to show you today. Thank you very much for your time.